People seem to be tired. But it's not, it is an introduction to a very serious subject, but we have to make it very simple first. Just we will work with this paper today. I like the color. Okay. You know, it's a flat, just flat sheet of paper. Let's ignore the thickness of the paper. Let's say there is no thickness. Okay, it's not thick. 0. So what do we say? How many dimensions does it have? 2 dimensions. Yeah, simple. It's 2 dimensions. And if I make this one like this, and maybe something more, I don't know how to make it, but now if I look at this way, how many dimensions does it have? 3, yeah? This way, and this way. 3 dimensions. So, it's a good game? No, it's not really funny, is it? It's becoming, don't worry. So, it became the 1 dimension, 2 dimension became 3 dimensions. How about the comparison? Just a few minutes ago, it was 2-dimensional, and I changed it. It became 3-dimensional. It means 5 minutes ago, no, not 5 minutes later, 2 minutes ago, and now, do you remember when it was flat? But you remember that it was flat, but it became 3-dimensional, like that. So when we add the time dimension to it, in your perception, how many dimensions do you have now when you look at the paper like that? 1, 2, 3, and also the previous dimension, time dimension, 4. Can we increase the dimensions? For example, do you like the color? Yeah, the color. And it's very girlish too. The boys don't like it. So, but girls like it. So you now, according to your relationship, or as far as your relationship between you and the paper, you started with 2 dimensions, and then you realize that it could have 3 dimensions, and then by adding the time, it became 4 dimensions. Now, in yourself, your relationship with the paper had another dimension, liking the color. So when you think of the paper, you think of it in terms of width, length, height, time, and color, right? So you have some sort of attachment or connection with the paper. So let's assume that it's a paper written by my wife and sent to me, and she's promising me something, hopefully. So, and I really like it, I enjoy it. So when I read it, as far as my relationship with the paper is concerned, I will have not only the 5th dimension, which is my liking of the color, but also the message. And this message ties me up to my wife and makes me feel happy. Yeah, if it is a nice thing. So, well, my wife doesn't write anything nasty to me. So let's be positive, just in case she may watch. But she's far away now. So I'm safe for a moment. So it's a nice thing written. And in my world, what happens now, when I am looking at the paper, I have a perception of the length, and width, height, color, time, and my wife's sentence and my thought or perception about the content of what she has written on it. So we can increase the dimensions like that. So that's one example. You can go further. You know, for example, you may dream of the paper you had last week, and you may remember the dream, or what is written in it may make you recall something else and develop some sort of worries or some sort of excitements about it. So as soon as you saw the paper, a lot of things may come to your world, right? And your relationship with the paper now has many dimensions. Now, that's a very simple example. Again, as simple as this one, it wasn't funny, was it? No, not really. But be careful, you may have your relationship with the paper not only in two ways, saying that this is a sheet of paper and the length is this, I don't know how many inches, and width is this, and this much inch, and that's it. Well, that's another relationship with the paper. But have you noticed that your relationship with the paper may have various other dimensions, not only two dimensions in your mind. You can increase your relationship with the paper. Now, when a baby is born, this is over now. When a baby is born, baby is not conscious really, but she doesn't. The baby, let's say the baby is a girl. She doesn't really think about anything, just intuitively or instinctively she reacts. That's it. But as she grows a little bit, 8 months old, 10 months old, she develops, she increases. So she starts taking something into consideration, whether her mother or father is going to give her food or is going to take her out. Look, in her relationship with the world, she starts some concerns now. Whether she is going to go out, she is going to play with her friend. So there will be another baby or another child, and they know each other. You don't have to say that this is young or some. They know. They start speaking to them. They start playing with them, and in various ways. So the baby starts developing her relationship with the environment with one concern or two concerns: her food, her play, and her friends. All right, three. At first, and then human consciousness develops as the baby grows. So her concern with her environment becomes more. For example, let's say she's 2 years old. She had, and the family had another baby. And her relationship with the baby may be jealousy, God forbid, or maybe loving relationship. She's the baby. And also she may start noticing that her dresses are better than or worse than her friends. She may start noticing that her friends have the other kinds of toys and she doesn't have. So her relationship with the world grows as she grows, and she has many other dimensions in her connection with the world. Let's say she became 9, 10, 11 years old, and she starts noticing the opposite gender. she starts making a lot of considerations about her slowly, the nail polishing, maybe lipsticks and this kind of things. And also noticing whether her householding is poor or rich, their car is better than her friend's family's car or worse than that. Interest area starts changing. And let's say she's now has graduated from the school, college education starts. Of course, a lot of other considerations flood into her mind. And of course, she has many other dimensions in her relationship with her environment. And she gets married, let's say, and her relationship with her husband and her children, and maybe getting a job, and the job dimension comes into her work, her world, and her boss, her social security, her income, and then the children grow. They may have children, and with the children, their interest multiplies into how many dimensions? 10, 20, yeah, a lot of consideration stuff. And when they look at the word, they don't look at the word simply saying that here, there's a stone or it's a glass, here I am, finished. Human beings are not as simple as it is. That we have our relationship with the words with many other dimensions. Now, this person grows, maybe retires at the end, or she starts thinking about her grandchildren, their own family life, and their own savings, and how they are going to prepare the life for their grandchildren, their children, etc. So we don't live in this world only with one relationship. It means we human beings and the matter outside. The second example finished. What I wanted to demonstrate here, very simple, that our relationship with the outside world has many dimensions. So how about our reality? How many dimensions do we have in our relationship with the world? Not the concerns, we're thinking about my salary, thinking about my retirement, thinking about my children, my grandchildren. No, not in this sense. So what I mean here, my understanding of the world, how many dimensions do I have in my relationship with the world outside of me, existing outside of me, and their meaning to me? What do they mean for me? Not this concerns that I have been talking about. No, their existence and the meaning of their existence to me. How many dimensions do we have? Usually one dimension. One dimension, not even two. Why? Here is the word, here I am. I have to make most of it. Yeah, live to my pleasure, to satisfy my pleasure as much as I can. So existential dimension is only A to B. It means me and the world outside of me. How about meaning? We don't look for it. Only one thing which continues to disturb us, that seems to be hidden, but still everybody is aware of it. yeah, I live in this world. That's correct, but it is going to come to an end one day. That thing makes me think a little bit, but not necessarily that it will give me a dimension, another dimension to my world view. It means my relationship with the existing world, my existence with the existence of the outside world. But don't confuse with the previous examples. The previous examples were just to demonstrate that our relationship with the objects may have much more dimensions, maybe hundreds of other dimensions. For example, you may be a businessman and you are going to, how are you going to improve your business? Really, I am not talking about this now. At the third matter, the first paper example, just to realize that dimensions are different from what we really think. And the child example, our relationship with the life in general has many relations, many dimensions. Now, our existential relationship with the world, mostly, most people live in this world with one dimension. The world is there. Here I am going to make most of it. That's it. Some people may say this world is created. It is not as it is just like that, magically happened to be as it is. No, it is a deliberate action. It might have a creator. So this, if the person has not studied deeply or thought about it, it becomes only a kind of, there is a God, created the universe and created me. In the universe, this universe starts having another dimension now, the second dimension. Me and the universe and our creator, second dimension. Right? Very simple. But majority of the people may not even think this deeply and take this second dimension seriously. May not think even. They live only, here is the word, here I am, I'll try to make most of it. That's it. And how about death then? Death, oh, come on. When it comes, we will die and we won't feel it anyways. Okay? Forget about it. Try to concentrate on it. Try to forget about death reality. Not let alone that the transient side of this world, they don't want to think about it. The world is continuously changing. We are changing. No. Most of the people don't think about it. So those people who give a chance to believe in God may consider themselves a little bit, yeah, I am spiritual, I'm religious. They put some sort of titles. So it means it starts with a vague relationship with the second dimension. Now, what we hear that so far is not very promising, but we have to start from there. We have to ask ourselves, how many dimensions I have in my relationship with the world, with the existence? Think about it. How many dimensions do you have? This vague, very vague understanding of the creator, and via the creator, go into some sort of religious affiliations and identifying yourself. I have to follow one religion, regardless which kind of religion it is. Doesn't matter really, because religion is a kind of substitute to justify your understanding or not your understanding, the understanding of the person that I think this world might have been created by a conscious being. There's a possibility. So, because all the other ideas or alternative ideas don't really make sense. They say this happened. Sometimes I read, I listen to them. Really doesn't satisfy me at all, and I don't think that they will satisfy human beings as well. Any human beings, serious human beings. So we may have a kind of vague, a very vague second dimension in our life. So do some actions according to the requirements of this second dimension. Some sort of religious activities. Eid, we had, for example, everybody went to the masjid, or so, and then the second day they forgot. Majority of the people. I'm saying majority because Eid day, there may be in a Eid prayer place 10,000 people. The following day, 10 people. Right? It's reality. I'm not blaming anybody. It's our reality. So 1 out of 1,000 may take it seriously, and we don't know whether it is a tradition or it is a real choice. We don't. But we don't. We are not here to judge people at all. But this is our reality. So what we have to do, we have to think a little bit more seriously and see the other dimensions in the dimensions of this existence. For example, in most of the monotheistic religions, they say there are angels everywhere. But we are not here to study, to make a comparative religious study. This class is not that. But what we can do, what the Quran says. Quran says everything glorifies God. What? They have meaning. What? What shall I do? Well, you have to take the meaning. Which this meaning is represented by some creatures, but not material creatures, but they are creatures, and they consciously exalt God, glorify God, or bring message from God and convey it to you. They are called angels. Have you ever seen the world? Everything is represented by an angel? Now, the Quran says you have to have another dimension. Another dimension. The third dimension. Yes, this universe is created by God. Let's say we are satisfied about it. Of course, there is no end to the satisfaction of the satisfaction about the existence of God, because your understanding of God has to be improved or developed or progressed as much as you can concentrate on it. You can think about it. You can use human qualities about this matter, depending on how much you are really spending time and seriously concentrating on the subject. But let's say if the universe is really continuously conveying message to you and speaking to you and giving you information about their creator, introducing their creator to you, which kind of creator he is or it is, and which kind of qualities it has. Look at the very simple, look at the art, quality of the art points to or declares the quality of the artist. So we are expected to have this third dimension to our life. in our life. So we have to live in a world, we have to live in a world, yes, I am seeing the creatures here, and we are all created, and every creature is speaking to me, conveying the message, bringing the news about his creator, who he is, introducing his creator. So I am following the Quranic teaching, actually. So the Quran says, look, those people who believe in God, and immediately afterwards in angels. It means believing in God in an extra dimension. Believing in angels is your another dimension. Now, in your worldview, you have now two substantial dimensions. So another dimension Quran adds to our world says, look, the creator of this world, speaking through the objects in the universe, speaks also with the language you understand. Speaks to you. He is a speaking creator. He is a speaking creator. He tells you the meaning you can extract from the objects. He puts into word what they mean. All your human qualities, what do they mean for you? How are you going to deal with them? How are you going to utilize them? Speaks to you. So we have to not only hear the speeches or the messages from the creation, from the objects, but also we have to hear the voice of the creator in, if you like, in the cosmos or in the sky or in here. It must be with you. Your creator is speaking to you. Oh, I never thought about it. Because we say, I think there was, this is called the Quran. Example, it could have been Bible or Torah, doesn't matter. Yeah, it is Quran. So this is not the speech of God. What is it then? This is the recorded speech of God. If you don't read it, it doesn't speak. If you don't try to understand, you don't understand the speech. It is written there, in between two covers. Papers written there, but when you read it, you don't say that I am reading the Quran, because it is very traditional. It's very traditional. In reality, you are reading the written book. But Quran is the speech of God. Verbal exposition of the knowledge of God. Not only Quran, all the scriptures. So if someone says, no, I'm reading the Bible, okay, you have to have a third dimension in your relationship with the universe. The third dimension, which the creator of this universe and me is speaking to me with the language that I understand. It's a human language, not necessarily Arabic, or doesn't matter. No, any human language, with the words, with the vocabulary. It means verbal expressions. Do you hear this voice? Now, dimension, the third dimension. I mean, my relationship with the word is the foundation of it. Belief in God gives a dimension. Belief in angels gives another dimension, second dimension. God is speaking the third dimension. But unfortunately, because of this I don't know why. It's very taking religion so simple, at a simple level, and something like what they say, I will do it. It's a religion. It's not religion, really. It is. So this is the sacred book the Muslims sanctify, or the Christians sanctify the Bible or Torah, yeah? And we are reading it. But do you have that this is another dimension in your relationship in the world? Your existential relationship with the world? Then the Creator is always speaking to you and wants you, or he has given you the consciousness, capacity to understand and take lesson from it, learn from it, and use your capacity in order to understand what he's saying, not necessarily what your friend is sending you the text. No, the Creator is speaking to you, and the voice of the Creator is in the universe. So in your world, when you look at it like this, so your mind will say, we are created. And your eyes and your other external organs will collect information, the messages, and your consciousness hearing the voice of the Creator. He's speaking to me. What does he say? What does he say? You have to study. You have to pay attention. So reading this book must be in order to understand what the Creator is saying to you and take some advice from it, guidance from it. But what is he talking about? What does the Creator talk about? What am I doing here? It's nothing secret. What is my reality here? What does my existence mean to me? How should I deal with my existence? Don't take it very simple saying that religion is a way of life, so it tells me what to do. No, no, no. If you know your status in existence, don't worry, you would know what to do. Because you know why you are here. Why? So listening to the Creator is another dimension. Believe in God, angels, God is speaking. The fourth one, Qur'an introduces, you have to have another dimension in your life. What? The universe carries the message to you. God speaks to you and tells you why you are here. The universe tells you who made you, introduces him to you, and God's speech tells you why you are here. And another dimension says you are here for this purpose, explained in the message or the speech of God, but it is represented by a human being after hearing this message, what a human being is expected to do in this world, how to really manage with his feelings, with his relationship with the other human beings, with the other creatures, which kind of attitude this we have to have is represented by a person. Otherwise, the abstract ideas do not satisfy me. I need a concrete example, a concrete teacher who teaches me the textbook. The speech is the textbook. The universe is the lab, and I need an instructor. And these instructors are called either apostles, messengers, prophets, whatever. But never buried the prophet in Medina. Well, I don't know where. According to Islamic teaching, Jesus has not been buried, but I don't know where the Jesus is buried in Jerusalem somewhere. According to, do you know? No, according to Christian tradition. So, sorry? Jerusalem? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's Jerusalem. I think it was the place there. If you call it in general, it is Israel or Palestine, somewhere there. So, historically, we don't know where Moses is buried or John the Baptist is buried, but somewhere there. Doesn't matter. But these are the body of the prophets. We are talking about the notion of prophethood. This is the body of, I mean, the written text of the speech of God. It may disappear. You may not have it. But in your worldview, you should have a dimension that the creator of this universe, this cosmos, is speaking to you, plus it is represented by a human being. That is your master. That is your teacher. You have to live with your teacher. For example, there are some people here, I know, married couples. I don't know why they put this thing in the middle. I never understood that. Yeah, so the wife is there, husband is here. Although they don't see each other because of the, I think Imam Khalid is being very conservative, whatever. So they seem to be separated, but in their mind, it always exists that I have my wife and my wife is here. Yeah. And his wife or the wife also has, I have my husband and he's here. But if they are not here, one of them somewhere else. But although physically they are not, they may not be together, but in their worldview, if someone asks you, are you married? Where is your wife? You are not together. But in your worldview, wife always exists. Huh? So if you learn something from a professor, from your teacher, so your knowledge is with you and your memory of the teaching of the professor is with you, but professor might have even died. But you live with the instruction of the professor. That is in your mind. Oh, I learned this one from my master. I learned this one from my teacher. Yeah, for example, you may be a mechanic. You know, how do you call them mechanic? Apprenticeship, when you do under the supervision of somebody who is called master. Sorry? Trainer, mentor, whatever. So, but this is always with you. If you are a mechanic now, because when you say master, it may refer to certain tradition, the Sufi tradition, something. I don't mean that. It may be so, but I don't mean specifically that one. For example, you are a mechanic, a new car came, and they said there is a problem with this, and you said, my master or my I don't know, trainer said me, if you hear this voice, it must be because of the, I don't know, the engine is lacking oil, or I don't understand the technical thing. So something is wrong with this certain things. So you repair the car under the supervision of your master, although the master is not physically present with you. But it is in your mind. It is in your feelings. It is with you. It means you have another dimension in your life that in this world, God is speaking and it is represented by a person. This fourth dimension, that's what we want to make the reason or rationale behind studying the example of certain prophets. Because don't kill the prophets in your life. Don't think that they are dead. They must be alive. If they are not alive, what you do when you read Torah is full of prophetic traditions and stories. And when you read Qur'an, again, not that much, but still full of prophetic stories, it means you are dealing with dead people. You are, it is not alive as then another dimension to your life in your relationship with the universe. So we have to have this understanding that, look, I am here in this world. So am I alone? No. My Creator is speaking to me. The angels are bringing message to me. My Creator is speaking to me. And I have a master who instructed the verbal expressions or verbal speech in the form of a living human being. So we have to have this dimension in our life. We may not know exactly what is narrated from him, but at least we should know that this universe exists under the supervision of the Creator who is speaking to me and who employed an instructor for you. Do we get it? That must be alive. Or if something happens to you, if you want to do something, I should ask the instructor. There must be an instructor. I should listen to the Creator who speaks to me. These are the factors that these are the factors that make me get engaged with my reality. Otherwise, I will be living in the world which has only one dimension. The world is there. Here I am trying to benefit from it as much as possible. Whether you call yourself Muslim or Christian, I don't care, really, or atheist or whatever you call, it doesn't really matter. Your life is just as simple as an animal. Animals also have the same relationship. They also try to make most of their life in the world, but instinctively, not as a result of choice. But your choice has no preference if we didn't have the other dimensions. If we have not instructed ourselves with other dimensions, we have no choice, no preferences. We are hungry, go to the kitchen or restaurant or, I don't know, fast food center. Like, sorry, animals, when they are hungry, go to the place where they can find the food. Yeah? And when it is the season, when they get hot, they got married, yeah, but they have babies, they take care of their children, maybe the baby born animal or the egg. They take care of them much better than we take care of our children. They don't spoil children. They don't do anything wrong to their new generation. We may, most probably, we do. So we are not as successful as animals in provision. So they don't pay rent. And some of them are very lucky. The dogs here in the urban area, really they are much, much better well-fed than I am. They are lucky. So I'm not saying, I'm not belittling anybody, I am not mocking anybody. Look, we should have more conscious human life. Unfortunately, we don't. Forget about your religiosity. I'm not saying it is nothing, but it doesn't save you. Consciousness, are you aware that you live in this world And this word has multiple dimensions, meaningful multiple dimensions, even more than, but I will pass this one because my point was to come to the fourth dimension, which requires the consciousness of the existence of the prophethood or messengership, that exemplary people are employed. We have to take them as our masters. We have to learn from them. At least we have to feel their presence, not physical presence. Like the examples I gave, if you have learned something from a teacher, with the knowledge you have from him, and you remember his presence in your word, in your understanding of life. I have learned it from my master, from my teacher. And he lives with you as long as you live. So the prophets must live with us as long as we live. So this consciousness is very important. So Islam introduces another dimension. I am passing very fast now. This order of the universe is under control, which is called belief in divine determination. It means everything is set consciously by a creator, by this creator, and in your relationship, you are dealing within this universe, although this is very important, you are bound to exist as you are created. We are not free not to exist. That's why, in this sense, we are not free not to exist. We are totally dependent on our Creator. I cannot have 4 legs. I cannot have 4 arms. I have to be as I am made. But this is the way that I am created. I have been given free will to use my human qualities absolutely free. So it may seem to be contradictory that we are not free at all as far as the existence is concerned. We are absolutely free as far as choosing what I want or how I would use my human qualities. That is the preordained set of the order of the universe. That's called belief in divine determining. That is another dimension. We know that, for example, can we get out of existence? Even you kill yourself, you're still not in existence. You are still in existence. You go to sleep, you are still in existence. You wake up, you are still in existence. You are angry, you are still in existence. You are happy, you are still in existence. Now, whatever you choose, whether turn this way or this way, you are in existence, and your existence is totally dependent on the will, choice of your Creator. You cannot get out of being dependent on your Creator. But at the same time, you are given the free will. That is predetermining. So the preordained set of existence, we have to bear in mind that we are here. And I have my head, I have my ears, I can hear, I can see, I can smell. That's how I am determined to exist, by my Creator. By whatever is given to me, is given to me. He has given to me absolute free will as well, to choose from among the already existing things within a limited field. That is 5th dimension. And the 6th dimension, Qur'an introduces, not only Qur'an, all revelations, all prophets introduces. These are all introduced by all prophets. The 6th dimension is when you die, you are not going into annihilation. It is just a change of existence. You will be given another type of existence. Very simple, very simple. You go to sleep and you wake up. Example. That's how we are created. So you are a baby, you grow up, but still you exist. You existed as a baby. You are now grown up as an adult. But you still exist. You change the type of existence, but you are given a new existence every moment, every stage of your life. So the life in this world has another stage in your existence period. So we should have, the universe is here, my life is limited in it, in this kind of creation, but there is another kind of creation waiting for me. So when you live in this world, as if we are in this room, but there is a waiting room there or a lounge there. Yeah. So I am here. I will be taken to the lounge in a minute, or in a few minutes later. But the lounge, the lifestyle of lounge is different. We give this example always: being in a school and graduating from the school, now becoming a professional, according to your education. So when you are in the school of the universe, you will graduate, and you will be another lifestyle as a professional or as a person who works in this world. Now you are not a student, but your existence still continues, but in another form. So 6 fundamental dimensions this universe should have for me, and I live in this universe with these different dimensions together at the same time. It is overwhelming. It needs a lot of training, but what I believe that's what religion is all about. Having or being able to live in a multiple dimensional world. Every dimension has many other subcategories. Of course, some people say, the Prophet said, 99 qualities of the Creator. It means you have to see the Creator's qualities manifesting itself at different 99 spectrum, but not necessarily 99. Actually, it is then just tradition. 99, it means multiple. So your belief in angels has many other dimensions. So we say there are 4 angels, according to classical Islamic teaching, this angel, that angel. But your understanding of these angels, maybe main category are 4, but in reality, every news is represented by an independent angel. It means the news, the meaning is coming to you, right? So there are other subcategories of these dimensions. So we know that, thank God, that in physics, they tell us that this universe has endless dimensions. So they said the universe has 11 dimensions at the beginning, and then they increased the number, and now they say multiple universities, which of course we don't understand it in a materialistic sense, but the universe has endless dimensions. So we have a huge opportunity to communicate with the universe in whatever the way we want to. We are not restricted at all. Endless, we are living in a universe. We are living in an existence which has endless dimensions. We never really run out of dimensions. So human beings have the capacity, or have been given the capacity, to live with this multi-dimensional world, multitudes of dimensions. So we are rich. So we may make our life very meaningful. So you can be as happy as, I don't know, you cannot imagine, you can live in this world as if you are living in paradise, in the presence of the Creator, Absolute. So you belong to the Absolute. Everything is for you. Benefit from it. Needs training, needs education. But unfortunately, if any of you is interested in religion, let's say, since I am here, the eldest, I want to learn Islam. The first question they ask me, where shall I go? Saudi Arabia, Egypt, or never. So, Saudi Arabia, or Morocco, Syria. Why? To learn religion. Go to the universe, man. The religion is here. But find out the dimensions of the religion, the universe. God is speaking here. The prophet is here. The angels are here. And God is determining, the presence of God in your life is here. And other life, they call it hereafter, resurrection is always with you. Every day you are being resurrected. Every day. Yesterday you were 1 day younger. Today you are given another existence. So resurrection is with you. Why bother about death or anything? You are with your Creator. He is absolute. He is always introducing himself and reassuring you that he never ignores you. He is by giving you existence, and whatever you are given in your existence is the sign of his concern with you, his love with you, his interest in you. That's why you exist. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to exist. If your Creator didn't really, I am a little bit suspicious about using word love, because it is always understood in another context. But if you don't love, you don't do it. If someone, let's say, who is the artist here, any kind of art, playing music or architecture or any kind of art, nobody? No artist? What's your specialty? Film, yeah. If you don't love any scenery, do you do it? No. So if you do something, it means you loved it. So if you exist, it is inevitable that your Creator loved you. That's why he gave you existence. Otherwise, why he would give you existence? Would be meaningless. So you are loved. How? But I'm not obeying him. What do you mean by obeying him? If you are aware that he is creating you right now, he is the one who is giving this existence to you, you will inevitably feel his love. If you don't feel his love, it means you are not aware of the Creator. You identify Creator God in terms of the speech you heard in the synagogue or church or mosque. It means it's not religious, it's culture. So make it real for you. It is possible. It is really blessing for you. So you feel that I belong to the Creator of this universe. Look, I am his work. And he made me. So he made me not out of anger. If you hate somebody, if you hate an art, do you perform it? obvious. As long as you exist, it is a sign and definite evidence that you are loved by your Creator. Why do you get cross with Him? But just make it very simple, saying that, I want this paper, I like this color, but I don't have it. Why? You exist, even the love for the paper is created by Him. Acknowledge your relationship with Him. Make your existence meaningful as attributed to Him. It's not very difficult. Just open up. If you like, change your notion of religion. It is a little bit difficult going as if we are, we're going to be heretics, really? No. Don't deny this, what you heard about religion. Foundations are not there. When you have the foundations based on your multiple, or at least six dimensional world existing within you, your other, hear from other people saying that you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to behave in this way, start making sense. Otherwise, no foundation, you are just imitating the action under the name of religion. Please don't cheat yourself, waste your life. Foundations first need to be established. It's very simple. Just use your human intelligence. God gave you the ability to understand all these realities. That's why He reproduced it to you. He presented to you, to us. Otherwise, He would be contradicting Himself, saying that I'm going to ask you to understand something that you cannot understand. It is self-contradictory. And there is no sign that the Creator of this universe is contradicting Himself or itself. No, it is beautiful, it is so sweet, it is so refreshing, it is so encouraging, optimistic to say that I have to establish my religion from the foundation. First, look at the universe, who I am. First, pay attention that it's very simple. But I keep saying that, but I don't know whether it registers it or not. Pay attention that you exist. You exist. But be proud of it. I exist. Somebody gave me existence. Not only somebody gave me a finger, somebody gave me an ear. No. Somebody gave me existence, and even more and further, somebody gave me the consciousness of existence. I am aware that I exist. I am aware that my existence depends on the one who gave me existence. I am aware that my existence giver also exists. I am aware of, if you like, my boss. I am aware of my master. I am aware of my Lord. I am aware of my Lord through my existence to start with, and just expand this existence with many other dimensions. Educate yourself one by one. How? Just by using your human intelligence, thinking about it, and having your relationship with other people about these points, talking about this. Why do we keep talking about irrelevant things? But irrelevant. When we come together, what do we talk about? Think about yourself. I'm not accusing anybody. Think about yourself. Today, how many conversations you had with your friends, your colleagues, your family members, how much of it was concerned to your existence? I bet. If someone says 1, I will say, congratulations. 0. What kind of religious people you are? Huh? Which is just cheating yourself. It's very disappointing, isn't it? No, no, no. Why do we spend or waste our time in the subjects which are not related to us, to our reality? Don't, if I'm doing some job, go and do your job. But your concern must be directly related to your world view, which has many dimensions, and all these dimensions, at least 6 dimensions, will be present in your life. Say, when I say the prophet, any prophet, Abraham, yes, inshallah, we will start. Abraham, okay. He is a Muslim prophet. The prophethood lives in me, in my own word. They are all here. Because without the prophethood, this universe doesn't make sense. And which kind of religion, religious rituals you have, and in the religious rituals you recite what? Whatever you do, God speaks to you. And this universe has a Lord. And you are together with him. He's speaking to you through many channels, through the creation, through verbal expressions, through representation of his verbal expressions, which are messengers, prophets. They are all speaking to you. The most innermost speech is within your own human consciousness. In your human consciousness, you are aware of all this, we have talked together. They are all there. But unfortunately, they are covered up by other concerns, irrelevant, temporary concerns. But worthless, all your concerns, I bet. Go home, please. That's really the crux of religion is this. The heart of religion is this. Go home and take the paper and pencil, or people don't use nowadays. Take your iPhone and start writing a text to yourself, sending a text. What my concerns were today. Write them down. What I was worrying about, what I was running, what I was doing, what my thoughts were about. Write all of them down and send it to yourself and sit and really think about them. They are all temporary concerns. Whether you have it or not, when you die, none of them will be with you. What happened one day, my apartment window, of course, looks across the street. There was a big container, the biggest container the construction companies use, when they want to get the scraps. The big one, I don't know how many feet.
The dumpster.
A dumpster, but huge, another lorry or the truck comes and pulls it. How many feet are they? 11? No, more than 11. No, it's still not from here to there, and even more. You know what? Opposite door neighbor died. And his or her, I don't know, his or her children took her stuff, all of them, into dumpster. It filled the dumpster. And throw it away. And this person used to think that they were his or her belongings. They were not. They went into dumpster. That's our reality. When you write down what your concerns were today, think about them. Most of them, if not all of them, will be loaded into a dumpster and thrown away. Be realistic. Is it right or wrong? Yeah. My shoes, my handbag, my car, my everything is dumpster. Done. Yeah. I gave you an example in my life that shocked me that time. I saw an advertisement. We were looking for an apartment to buy. So it was in a good location, but the apartment was very cheap. Well, why not to try, yeah? And I called and I want to see it. Okay, they said, go and see it. And they say, okay, the key is with the realtor. Take the key from the realtor, go and see it. But aren't you going to accompany me? You know, oh, I'm going to do it. No, thank you. You go and see it. You guessed, huh? You are laughing. So I opened the door. Everything was black, dirty, heavy smelling. There were 5 brothers, maybe sisters as well, I don't know, 4 or 5, it may be wrong. So their father died in that house alone. They don't even want to get into the apartment. So heavy smelling, so distressed, how do you say? You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. I said, man, and the curtains were so dirty. And if you pull them, they don't really come down or just how do you say, tear off. They haven't been washed for 5-10 years. The man was living there alone. Even their children didn't want to get into the house. I said, how much is it? They gave me an amount. I understood. Look, I can do a good work with this property. I can renovate it, and take everything away. Because there are 5 people, I thought none of them wants to get into it. So everybody said, sell it out. Even the house. You may think that something durable. Real estate, they say, real estate. Look at the word. It's not real. It's not real. Even your children who don't like to touch them. What are you looking for in this world? Be careful. We have to wake up. Really, we have to wake up. So develop our understanding of the world in a way that it is worth living in this world. Make your life worthwhile. Otherwise, wasting our youth, wasting our intelligence, wasting our reality, and the worst, wasting our humanity. We are created to be the guest of God. God says, well, come to me. Yeah, and address me. I will speak to you because you understand my speech. I will communicate with you. Human beings are the only creatures who can communicate with God with his own speech. Angels communicate only with one word. They know God with one word. Human beings can communicate with God all. So the speech of God, either in the form of Torah or Bible or Qur'an, are not sent to angels. God speaks to whom? God speaks to whom? Human beings. He says, Ayyuhan nas. He says, Ya ayyuhal ibad. Oh, my worshippers, that I have qualified you with the ability to address me, to be my addressee. But God is up there. We say, we believe in you, but never come down. Stay there. I will be wasting my time here. That's the reality of our life. It's not, inshallah, my intention is not disappoint you, but really, I'm very much concerned with the future of the speech of God, that it is not taken seriously by intelligent people like yourself. Believe me, or take it seriously. If you guys will not take the speech of God seriously and listen to it, your parents, the people who are in the local masajid will only read this book and close it and done with it. If you don't communicate with God, God will have no addressee to speak to. And the existence of this world will be meaningless. You will make the work of God worthwhile because you can communicate with God. You are intelligent people, all of you. You are the intelligent people of this community. And not all, only you, but there are some more, but you are among them. Not those people who are concerned not with intelligence at all, on the money making, etc. They are not going to really be the addressee of God. They don't even think about it. They just imitate their culture. You are the people who are going to question what I am doing. What is the meaning of my life? If you don't do it, don't expect anybody else will do it. In this sense, I have no hope from others. My hope is only from people like you, intelligent people. If you wake up, if you start learning or communicating with God, with your intelligence, humanity, with your human capacity, you don't need to learn Arabic. I'm not saying don't learn Arabic. No. In order to communicate with your Creator, the language, whatever you use, is created by your Creator. He understands it. Don't worry. Don't worry. If I speak to God in English, does He know English? It's ridiculous. You can communicate with your Creator. It is your job. It is your profession. You have to do that. If you don't do it, I don't know who else can do it or will do it. I don't know. Religion is in your intelligence. Religion is in your spirit, in yourself, and your consciousness will make it alive. If you don't use your consciousness, you are dead, and religion is dead as well. And God's speech is, God is speaking, no one is hearing. The universe is speaking, no one is hearing. The prophets are really doing their job, no one is taking notice of them. We personified as God's speech became papers, collection of papers. Prophet became an historical hero. There was a man whose name was Muhammad. Yeah, he was a very, very good man. How? He was a good man, very good man. We don't know. We have not been introduced to him at all. Religion is not somewhere in Arabian countries or in Middle Eastern. Religion is first in you, needs to grow into a tree that communicates with the universe. It is in your consciousness. Just wake up. Just wake up. Just use it. Use it. Use yourself. Question it. I hope you will start there. And as you start talking about it, questioning it, you will start developing the need for the answer. If you don't ask the question, you will never get the answer. Even as the answer is out there, but you will never get it. If you don't have the intention to learn how to use the computer, will you ever be able to use it? No. If you say that, how can I use it? What does it mean? What is the function of this key or that key? And then if you wonder about it, then you learn. You learn. You find some way, somebody to help you. It is not difficult at all. Just wake up within yourself. Inshallah. Don't just try to book a ticket to Cairo to learn Islam there. Yeah. So universe is universe. Don't worry. The God is God. God is not in Middle Eastern countries. God is everywhere. He is the creator of everywhere. So that is the starting point what we are talking today. Hopefully, if the prophets, the messengers are alive as one of the dimensions of our universe, then we can listen to it and as an alive speaker. So Abraham will be alive here. And the example of Abraham will teach me right now what is in me, not out. Abraham is in you, and we will hopefully study it. So today, again, I don't know whether it was a waste of time. It wasn't funny, was it? No? You didn't like it? Somehow? A little bit. Okay, a little bit. Okay, at least. Thank you very much. Inshallah, next Wednesday, I'll see you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin bi hurmati sirri. Thank you, inshallah. Next Wednesday.